Well, hello and welcome to Tasmania. I made it down here. This is the island state of Tasmania. For those of you who live overseas, away from Australia, this is the southernmost state of Australia and it is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Behind me is Cradle Mountain. I made it here last night, came here straight from the Devonport ferry. And I arrived here during the night. I tried to take a few images, which was not easy because it was raining, there was a fair lot of cloud, and then it started snowing, and it's just snowing right now. But it is such an amazing place. I just had to come here, and I'm looking forward to doing some more exploring, so let's go and have a look. Have a look at this, isn't it just awesome? Now I'd like to give a big shout out to 3 Australian landscape photographers who inspired me to come on this road trip over here to Tasmania myself. Now these guys, Andrew Dawes, Andrew Marr and Richard Lefroy, came over here about halfway through 2018 and they travel around the countryside in a van, which in itself is a feat, I reckon. But they are fantastic photographers and I love following their adventures. I've watched all of their videos. I'll link their channels down below and you can get on board and have a look at their stuff too. But thanks boys, really appreciate the inspiration. And who wouldn't be inspired with views like that? Isn't it just awesome? This is Cradle Mountain, which is in the north, I guess the north central west of Tasmania, and it's been snowing since about 1:30 a.m. My car's covered in snow still, and I thought to myself, what is that? Because I'm not used to snow. I'm from central Victoria. It's a pretty warm place. And not that long ago we were getting 35 degrees Celsius days, and suddenly there's this snow falling from the sky and I'm thinking, what on earth is going on? But it is great. Love it. Well, I'll tell you what, this is the life. Where else would you want to be on a cold, wet, snowy morning but here at Cradle Mountain with a hot cup of tea? Well, I've come back to the car because as you can see outside, it's absolutely pelting down with snow. And to be honest with you, I haven't seen snow like this since I was a teenager. So it's a bit of a treat, but on the other hand, I thought I'd just take refuge in the car because I just don't want to get wet and mud and slush. I'm going to be here all day, so I've got plenty of time to go and explore a little bit more later on. So I'll just sit it out in the car and wait and see what happens. Okay, so I thought it would be good if we just went for a bit of a walk around the lake and see if I can work out and scout out some locations where I might be able to shoot some nightscapes later on tonight. I'm going to head off up this way, probably towards the west of the lake, but the point is that I'm going to be looking for compositions, because in the dark there's no way knowing I'm going to find anything and be able to work out what looks good, because I can't see the mountains, I can't see the lay of the land. So that's one of my golden rules, to always scout out as much as I possibly can during the daytime first. G'day, how you going? Nice snow. Yeah. Now the classic view of Cradle Mountain here is facing south, and that would be perfect for star trails. Now I'll try and shoot star trails, but the only reason I wouldn't is if it's cloudy, or at least partly cloudy, because one thing I don't like with star trails is when you have intermittent trails, and that's what happens when you get clouds in the way or they come and go. So what I'm going to do is have a look on the western side of the track up here and see if I can get an easterly perspective and perhaps get the Milky Way core as it's rising up over the lake. Okay, we're coming down to the very classic shot that everyone gets here, which is the old boat shed on Dove Lake. And I was here last night, and even though the conditions were quite difficult, I tried to get a shot from behind the boathouse down there, facing towards the mountain over there with the Milky Way over the top. And I think I got something. A lot of clouds, we'll wait and see on that one. So these shots are iconic for a reason. I mean, just have a look at this. It's absolutely beautiful here. And every man and his dog is here getting this shot of the boat shed with Cradle Mountain in the background. Well, I've got to join them. I'm here as well. Haven't been to Tassie for so long, I've got to get this shot. Alright, well this could well be a great spot for a location right here. It's a little bit elevated over the top of the lake, and I think I can get a composition both south to Cradle Mountain and east. And the mountain over the other side, the Milky Way is going to come up right over the top of that later, probably about midnight. So there's a few rocks and a few shrubs here that I think will light up quite well with a bit of light painting. So I'll just mark this one and see how we go later. I've just had another look at this composition and I really like it, especially for star trails. But if the sky is a little bit intermittent with clouds, I'll probably just shoot single shots, and facing down towards the mountain down there could look fantastic. Okay, so here, Marion's lookout is up here on my left. The cradle is over there behind me, and I'm looking for perspectives on this western side of the lake over towards the east, of course. Now there's a big hollow in these two mountains over here, which could lend itself quite well for the Milky Way core to be right in the middle of those two. It's starting to rain again, so I've got to put the hoodie back on. Anyway, I'm going to keep going and have a look. Okay, well, I've had quite a disappointing night, mainly because it was just fully cloud covered the whole time I was here. Apart from that, there was gale force winds. I reckon the Dove Lake last night looked a lot more like Bondi Beach. It was just so choppy. It was unbelievable. So I attempted a couple of shots with the boathouse down there on the lake, and I'll see how they came out. Other than that, I got up this morning very early to have a look at the sunrise, and the mountain wasn't really uncovered. So we'll just see how that goes. So I guess it just goes to show that you can't control the weather, and sometimes you don't get the shots that you plan to get. You just got to move on and go to the next location. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave you guys here. This has been Cradle Mountain, an absolutely amazing place, and I highly recommend you come to visit it. I'll see you guys at the next episode of this Tasmanian road trip, so I look forward to seeing you then.